Hold on a second. Okay, now we're live. Hey, Nick, how are you this morning?
Very good, thanks, Victor. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic. I'm really excited for this coming week with the 4 years from now in the Mobile World Congress. And I want to talk about conXhub. And of course, before we do that, if you can introduce yourself a little bit and maybe talk about what conXhub is.
Okay, thank you, and likewise. I can't wait to be out in Barcelona. Actually, it's going to be the usual majestic mix of chaos and opportunity. So it's going to be fantastic. My name is Nick Muir. I'm currently the CEO of conXhub. conXhub is it's a technology scale-up, Victor. So it was born in 2019. It's based in the UK with presence across the globe. And essentially, we create cellular software for mobile phones. The software we create is entirely proprietary, so we don't put together other people's software and call it ours. The infrastructure is our own. We're a registered ISP. In essence, I guess, conXhub multiplies your existing cellular functionality wherever you are and whatever you do.
All right, can you clear something up for me? What is the difference between, you say, cellular technology and, say, voice over IP?
So voice over IP is it's a separate tech all of its own, and it's designed to, exactly what it says really. It's voice over the internet, whereas our software works with at a cellular level. So we work with carrier offerings directly.
All right, and so what are the pain points that the solution that conXhub serves offer people?
Well, so I guess we offer that that cellular functionality to existing handset and existing carrier contracts. So in its simplest form, it's probably easier if I explain it like this, and we'll ladder it. So in its simplest form, we could enable free overseas calls. So, for example, I could call you in Spain for nothing, just a small subscription, and we do that by diverting the call and handing it back to your carrier at the end location.
Okay, so you're based in London.
I'm based in London now, yeah. So
you tell me it'd be a free call, not over the internet, but over your cellular technology, and still there's no roaming, there's no long distance there.
Absolutely correct, Victor. So if we extrapolate from that, actually, we could give you a UK number so that you could call me for free. So your carrier, your service provider, thinks you're making a local call, and the reality is we're just using that and diverting the call back to me in the UK. So if we expand further still, we could give you a business number for pretty much anywhere you'd like it. If you're about to open Stockholm Metropolitan, for example, you can have a landline for Stockholm. And scaling from there, we can offer complete call center solutions, software management, big business essentially. And I guess the one of the key pain points is the lack of need for any hardware. It all works using your existing mobile phones, whether yours or your employees.
See, that's a very important point. So you'd mentioned Stockholm. Is it only European based, or is it around the world?
No, we're around the world, Victor. So there are one or two countries that we struggle with a little for geopolitical reasons. But pretty much anywhere in the world you care to mention, we can do. And it's important to mention as well that you don't need a new SIM card. You don't need to have new contracts with your service provider, no device. You don't even need a conXhub contract because everything we do is contract free.
Okay, so if I'm a small company and I want to compete with mid-size or large companies around the world, I can use conXhub to, say, expand my internationalization to the US, to Mexico, to Sweden?
Yeah, absolutely, anywhere you like.
Okay, and for them, it looks like a local call, and that has a benefit, does it not?
Yeah, it does. I mean, it gives you a local presence wherever you want to be, and would like in that way, we can give you a landline, like a particular geographic landline. So, for example, in the UK, a Birmingham number, or in Spain, a Madrid number, or in Germany, a Berlin number, or we can give you a mobile number, depending on which suits your business best.
Okay, and that's really important because I understand there's like 70-something% more likely that somebody's going to pick up a call if they see that it's local rather than one that's coming in internationally. Is that
absolutely correct? Yeah.
Okay. And I also understand that you have a new product that's coming out that you're going to launch here at the Mobile World Congress. What is that? What's that all about?
Well, we do, and again, it's I guess it's a measure of the agility. So we own the tech and the software, the call routing, all of it. And we've looked at what's going on at the moment in the world and decided that a VAP safety line for consumers and small businesses would be the way to go. And so the run up to this, if you like, Victor, is we carried out a survey recently. 97% of female respondents in particular were unhappy with having to give out mobile numbers online. I think the prevalence of, at its lightest, it's spam, and at its worst, it's harassment, is growing. And 60% of the respondents regret having given their phone number out to new friends as well. So we've decided to produce something that's a simple but effective product to try and help combat that, if you like. It's an expression of agility. So we use our own private cloud, and we're offered this service that gives consumers a new mobile number, essentially. That new mobile number is designed to protect the one you currently have. So, for example, if you are filling in details for an online application, or giving out your phone number for a delivery firm, or going onto a dating site, that number shields the one that you use and will probably keep for friends and family. So,
all right. So that number,
it's a simple process.
So your real number is known only by people that you trust, completely. And another number can be used for clients, for suppliers, or for giving out online, so that they don't bother you with, with attempted fraud or something like that. Or if you need to change it, you can do so quickly without affecting your more important number.
Exactly. And I think so it's a really simple process, and that's important. It's a process that involves signing up online. You download our app. The number we give you syncs with all of your contacts via our app, and it allows text, calls in the usual manner. So it acts as a phone number, and it essentially it creates a shield, one that, as you say, we can change for you if that number then becomes compromised. If Johnny or Joanna turns out not to be the love of your life and someone you'd rather ignore, then we can roll the number out. If your number is leaked by a delivery company and you start receiving tons and tons of spam on that number, we'll swap it out for another one.
Okay. And so not only can you call internationally, you have the ability for it to protect your privacy and your data security.
Absolutely correct. And we're trying to make it really accessible as well, particularly for younger people. So we're going to start at just under €10 per month.
€10 a month to investing to protect your privacy and be able to grow internationally with unlimited calling. That sounds like a really great deal.
Exactly. No contract required. And we can add on lots of things. As you say, we can add in overseas calling. We can add in new numbers for loved ones abroad to call you back. It's a really modular service. But at its heart, I guess, the new product is it's there to protect you just in everyday use.
Okay. And I understand that conXhub is growing really quickly. You were actually recently ranked quite well. Can you talk to us a little bit about that?
Yeah, so that was fun. We have a substantial turnover. Don't get me wrong, it's nothing like we'd like it to be, but it's good. We're healthy and profitable. And we thought that since we were no longer a startup, we'd have a go at getting a business ranking. There's an award in the UK called the Elite Top 100. It's designed for small and medium businesses particularly. And so for the first time ever, we applied this year. And I'm not sure we expected to make the top 100 because there are some great companies in there. The questions that they asked are pretty searching, and it did us good to even go through the process, to be honest. And finishing up at number 62, which is where we landed, was pretty exciting. So much so, actually, that I stopped reading because I read backwards from 100 up in the hope that I might find us. And I found us at number 62. So for a while, I hadn't read up from 62. Now I've read all of it. And there are some very exciting outfits that finished both above and below us.
Okay.
Some friends did slightly better, and they were on the phone straight away to let me know. But I think that sort of thing shows you've done a really good job of it. When you're called out like that, and when people that have also been called out are ringing, then I think that puts you in a pretty good club.
Fantastic. Well, congratulations. One other really important question that I'd like for you to address, because I'm surprised at the number of people who don't know about this. It has to do with something called the PSTN switch off. Can you explain what this is and whether this is important to conXhub?
Yeah. Okay. So in the UK and around the world, ISDN and PSTN, the copper pipe medium by which most of us transact on the internet today, is disappearing. Now, in the UK specifically, that's leaving us in 2025. So essentially what that means is the infrastructure you use to make a voice call at this moment in time will disappear. And the only alternative to that at the moment is voice over IP. Now, it's probably worth pointing out that voice over IP, there's nothing wrong with it particularly. It's a decent technology, but it's usually ruined by hardware at one end or the other interfering with the call. If you drive down the highway and you try and use a chat messaging platform to make a call, you'll know exactly what I mean. Now, I think because we operate with cellular technology, we're in a pretty unique position regarding this alternative. And it's another product that's been born as a result of other surveys and, in fact, what's going on in the country as a whole. So recently, we did another survey, 125 small and medium businesses this time, and only 30% of them have any plans in place to replace their landlines in 2025. 50% didn't even know the change was coming. And the incumbent supplier in the UK, BT, will switch your phone over to an internet phone for a price, but it also involves new contract, new handsets, and frankly, quite a bit of expense. So we decided to offer an alternative. So we can port your landline onto your mobile phone, which is pretty handy. So you'll never miss another call again. And you'll be able to answer your landline when you're out of the office or indeed home. And 64% of the businesses we heard admit missed calls is a serious threat to revenue. So that seemed like a pretty sensible product to produce. After having produced it and costed it out, we're substantially less than half the cost of the alternative. No contracts, no red tape.
All right, can you answer me this? So it sounds like the first mile and the last mile are now threatened in 2025 in the United Kingdom. So how would people, homes or residences and businesses then connect to the internet if BT is no longer going to be doing the cellular line?
Yeah, sure. So your connection to the internet, as it were, remains largely unaffected because you can use alternative technologies that are already available. So fiber, essentially. But fiber doesn't work in the same way for voice as it does for data, for example. And what we offer here is a voice platform, specifically voice, with all the quality and the security and everything else that goes with a cellular voice call, as opposed to an online data voice call.
Okay. And so people can rely on conXhub to make sure that they not only can keep their phone numbers, they can also, they will not be subjected to this expensive, opportunity to charge customers for something that they already have and charge them for something.
Essentially that is, it's replacing one service. The standard, Victor, is replacing one service with another. And from the same supplier, invariably it's more expensive. Loyalty, as you know, is seldom rewarded for consumers, whether they're small business or just individuals. And I think it's not just the cost, though. The idea of having your landline for your business on your mobile phone, which you can switch on and off when you want, by the way, is a wonderful thing, particularly for smaller operators. For larger ones, obviously, we offer the software to go with it, so we can offer call routing to individual mobile phones. And I think the convenience of it and they never miss a call again, and not missing or dropping business, all for half the cost, is a pretty compelling proposition.
For half the cost. So does that mean you have like PBX type services?
Essentially, yes. So we offer either anything from the really simplest use of the app all the way through to virtual PBX. Essentially, we offer a full software platform, which again is developed internally. It's proprietary. We have customers that are call centers that offer that currently run hundreds of operatives, all using their mobile phone for less money and less hardware and more reliability than they would do if they used a voice over IP service.
Okay. Is there anything that you'd like to ask us? How can we help you? For example, I know you're growing. Are you looking to find partners?
Yeah, so I think in the next stage in our growth, most of our business done to date has been direct, and it makes sense now to put a call out for distribution, to find partners in market that we can work with. I think the opportunity for partners is just as big as it is for us. The global voice over IP market at the moment, Victor, is estimated, depending on who you ask, at about $150 billion a year. And we offer the only cellular technology alternative to that. The growth on this is 350 billion in less than 10 years' time. And that's a lot of headroom. And all of it's up for grabs. So we have this cellular capability. We back up to voice over IP as well, should you have a cellular dead spot. We have the patents. We are a registered ISP. We use our own private cloud, proprietary software. And I think probably most importantly of all is that means that our reliability is 99.99% with exceptional voice quality and the security of the cellular network. So I think what I'm trying to say is we offer a really, really good product with very, very few alternatives.
Wow.
And we can package it up and make it simple and easy to sell, and margin rich too. So I think our call for distribution, I'm hoping that when we come to Barcelona next week, it's going to prove to be a reasonably successful week.
Excellent. So what kind of profile do you look for in distributors?
I think rather than scale, we're looking for a can-do attitude. Obviously, a good position in the marketplace is useful, but we need people that are either involved in voice over IP and want an alternative, independent organizations, probably number one on the list too, very high up there. But that said, though, we are perfectly capable of white labeling this, and if we find some carriers that want some of their share back, then we're happy to white label for those guys too. Okay,
so you're also helping to grow in new markets around the world, emerging markets. I would imagine this is very competitive because of the cost savings.
It is. It's super competitive. For example, at the moment we're exploring South America and Mexico. We have other opportunities in the Philippines and the Far East. I think part of the story around emerging countries is that the cellular network is usually very reliable and the internet much less so. And as such, we work very well there too. And I think also if we look at more developed countries, there's a lot of work at the moment going into antenna positioning, particularly around new and existing buildings and offices. And this proves to me that 5G is very much the future. And we're well aligned for that too.
Excellent. Well, this has been very informative. conXhub seems like it's perfectly placed to take care of both individuals as well as businesses. And if there's anything else that we can do, then please, how can we get in touch with you?
Well, you can get us very simply at www.conxhub.com. That's conxhub.com. All of our contact details are on there. You can contact us by email or phone, and we can take care of you. We pride ourselves on giving individual customers the same quality of service as large corporates as well. So,
Okay.
We're delighted to talk to you.
And you have a stand at the Mobile World Congress.
We do. We'll be in Hall 8, Victor, which is the 4 years from now, as a part of the exhibition specifically designed for rapidly scaling companies. We're pleased to think of ourselves as one.
Okay. Well, I don't think we have anything else for the moment, and I look forward to seeing you soon. And thanks. We'll be in touch.
Hey, Victor, thanks very much for the time.
All righty. Talk to you soon.
Bye-bye.
Bye.